If you're an avid crappie angler, you are no doubt familiar with the single greatest trophy crappie fishing lake anywhere in America. If you're not, you're about to learn. We are taking you there in the next half hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm glad you're with us. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southeast region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi everybody, I'm so glad you're with us. Let's Fish TV is on the road this week from the trophy crappie capital of the world. People drive from all over America just for one chance to fish here. Where is that? Well, just over my right shoulder is world famous Grenada Lake. It's located in the crappie corridor of Mississippi, just up and down I-55, along with several other great crappie fishing lakes. In the next half hour, we are taking you out on Grenada Lake to experience some of the great crappie fishing to be had here. While we're out doing that, we're taking you around your local region for this week's fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters from lakes, rivers, and bays right near you, both saltwater and freshwater. Now to do that, we've brought along the perfect crappie fishing boat. This is my Lowe Stinger 198 fishing boat. It's fully tricked out with the Mercury Pro XS 4-stroke outboard engine, my MotorGuide Tour Pro trolling motor, all the electronics, all the gadgets. It's a dream fishing machine and perfect for crappie fishing at Grenada Lake. So let's get it launched. Next time you see me, I'll be out there. Right now, let's get it all started back at the studio in your weekend planner.
Hey there everybody, these Salooner tables are showing fair fishing conditions both days this weekend. Peak daytime activity will start at 11:21 on Saturday and 11:52 on Sunday morning. Nighttime action picks up at 11:46 on Saturday and midnight on Sunday. Depending on your area, expect the sun to rise around 7:03 and set around 7:54. Fishing at night will be very dark as we will have a new moon this weekend. We'll be right back to check all of the current fishing reports from throughout the area. Plus, I'll return with the 2019 Bassmaster Classic champion, Ott Defoe, to answer this week's Ask the Pro question. Stay with us.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury. Go boldly. Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Get our free fishing guide at orangebeach.com. MotorGuide's Tour Pro with GPS anchor. The tour is back. Blazer, high-performance boats for high-performance anglers.
This is getting fun now. One. Got him. Oh, that's a big one. Look at him. He's on top. Big one. Big one. Big one. Look at that. That's a Grenada crappie for you, folks. All right. Welcome back. We caught one of those pigs right there. Look at that bright orange bait in his mouth. Yeah, buddy. That's Grenada for you. That's a big old fat female. Let me stick him on the scale. We'll just find out what he weighs. Let's see here. 2 pounds and 5 ounces. 2 pounds and 5 ounces on my Academy H2O Express scale. Look at there. That's why you come all the way across the country to Grenada to catch a big old female like that. And most guys would put a fillet knife to that crappie. That's not what's going to happen to this one. He's going right in here. Look at that beautiful fish. Wow, 2 pounds and 5 ounces. Well, welcome back everybody. We are at world famous Grenada Lake in the crappie corridor on I-55 in Mississippi. 36,000 surface acres. It's got 2 big main arms. And it's not a real deep lake. Most of the water you're going to be fishing is anywhere from 10 feet up to 0. And it's just a dirt bottom with a lot of cypress trees sticking up, some hardwoods around the edges, a lot of them broken off and laying in the water, and that's where a lot of these big crappie like to lay.
Hey folks, it's time for your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina, the leader in water sports along the Grand Strands. Hey, you want to come down and live like a local? We can take care of all that here, but our captains want to put you on fish in 2021. You need to book your charter with us. Inshore, nearshore, offshore, private charter boats, or head boats, we've got it all. Visit crazysistermarina.com. We're going to stay in the saltwater side of things, and I can't stress enough how the topic of flounder over the last couple of years has been huge. You know, our friends in North Carolina unfortunately have a shortened season. We're going to see some changes here in South Carolina, but the bite is on. The deep holes outside of those shallow flats where the water heats up really quick is where they're at right now. Flounder and black drum are finding their ways into those holes. If you're in Murrells Inlet, Little River, down in Charleston, flounder right now, get out with a Carolina rig with a live mud minnow or mullet. Also on the nearshore reefs, we'll continue to talk about the weak fish and the Spanish mackerel that are showing up. Casting jigs or just trolling a Christmas tree rig on a planer can result in some great catches. This has been your Carolinas Report. Remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Some more brush around here. See a little top of it sticking out there, and I'm watching on my active target. I can actually see another one. There's a fish. Got it. Got it. What is it? Another big one. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on, baby. Come to Papa's net. Get in here. Yeah. Oh, this is getting fun now. Another great big old Grenada crappie. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is something. Let's see what this one weighs. It's one of the few places you come where you weigh your fish, because your crappie of a lifetime, this one is right at 2 pounds. 2-0. 2 pounds, 0 ounces. Another 2 pound solid, 2 pound crappie. How about that one? Man. Well, let me tell you, back he goes. There are a lot of ways you can catch these fish here. In fact, in the springtime, one of the primary ways guys catch them is wade fishing, and you can actually see, I think we can show you, there's some guys back in those bushes back there with chest waders on. There's an old road bed coming through here, and you've got trucks parked all down in there, and you don't even have to have a boat to catch some of these big old crappie, especially when they get on beds. Now what they'll eventually do, these are out here in these brush tops, but they'll eventually move back into all that thick stuff that you see right there. And they'll make beds, make nests about this big around. They'll lay those eggs, the females will, the males will fertilize them, kind of like a bass does. But they do it in all those bushes back in there, and those waders get back in there and catch them as well. So you can see all those guys doing it. But I'm snatching them out the top of these brush tops right here. 2 pounds and 12 ounces. Golly, that's fun. Watch him on my active target right there. Right there, bite it. Right there, he's on it. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Got it. That is so fun to watch one come up and eat it. Oh, he's way out there now. Big one. Big one, jumping. Big old jumping crappie. Come up here, you fatty. Oh my. Oh, I watched him. Look at this one. There we go. And he flopped my jig out. That's a Strike King scissor shad. And that is another whopper crappie. Good Lord, I've never caught so many giants in my whole life. Every crappie I'm having to put on the scale. Let's see what this one goes. 212. 2 pounds and 12 ounces. Golly, that's fun. And what's even funner about it is I watched him bite. All right, back he goes. These babies are all up there getting ready to spawn. So what I'm doing, I told you that I'm fishing these brush piles. And they're really not brush piles. They're just little pieces of stump that grow up about that high off the bottom, and they're very hard to see. They're just little, they're probably only about that big around. And I'll show you a quick shot of what they look like on my Lowrance active target. This is my real-time scanning that I can just scan any direction. And the fish are almost impossible to see because they're right in the middle of it. There will be about 4 of those little stobs, and the fish will just be laying right in the middle of that. So what I'm doing is watching my jig drop down, and I'm trying to position it perfectly where it falls right in between those 4 or 5 little stobs, and whack, they bite it. That's just incredible.
Well, spring weather is beautiful along the coast, and fast fishing action is available too. I'll be right back with all the details, but first this from MirrOlure. MirrOlure, building quality saltwater lures since 1937, including the new line of Mirrodine plugs. Turn on the bite anytime, tie on a MirrOlure. Alabama Captain Patrick Garmison over in Mobile Bay is telling me that there's prime inshore fishing available now for trout, reds, and sheepshead. It's all good. He said the trout fishing in Mobile Bay, he's catching those fish primarily on slick lures, which is a type of soft plastic. In southeast Georgia, Captain Greg Hildreth on St. Simon's Island says the whiting fishing is excellent in the sounds and in the surf. Tim also says that red fishing is good, but the fish are starting to break up from those big schools. He's making long casts at low tide using gold spoons. Cover a lot of water and you're running those redfish in St. Simon's Island area off the southeast coast of Georgia. Well, that's it for the southeast coast. Get out in the water and take a youngster with you when you go.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Power Pole, Total Boat Control. Visit Mississippi. Good times are close by. Low Boats, 50 years of boating craftsmanship. Balls Out, made in the USA. Heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders.
3-pound crappie, folks. You come to Grenada and catch a 3-4. How about that? Hey everybody, welcome back to Grenada Lake in Mississippi. I'm using my Lowrance active target today to just scan the bottom and find these little pieces of brush. And I've actually found one right here, and I can see my jig going in it. Got him. There he is. What have we got? Come up. Feels big. I can't even get him up. Oh yeah, another pig. Another Grenada pig. Come up here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Every one of these are just giants. Wow, look at that dude. Oh man. There's just not any other place in the country that you can come and catch this many great big ones. Look at the belly, spawning female, full of eggs. Oh man. Where else do you come that you come to rely on your scale just about every time you catch one, just to see what's this one. Oh, look at this one. 3 pounds and 4 ounces. 3 pounds and 4 ounces. There's you a solid 3-pound crappie, folks. You come to Grenada and catch a 3-4. How about that? Oh, mercy. Well, we're putting them back. We put these big females back and let them spawn. Get you a mouthful, baby. Go in there and spawn. And away she goes to spawn. Hey, I want to thank a couple of people and give you a couple of resources in case you want to make a trip here, because it's well worth coming here. Gary Worsham is over the Tourism Bureau right here in Grenada, and they can help get you hooked up with place to stay and places to eat and fishing guides and all of that. So you can contact them. Another one, Brian Sowers with Crappie Masters, helped us out a bunch. He runs the Crappie Masters tournament circuit, and if you'd like to fish crappie tournaments and come catch these big old suckers and weigh them in, then I'd also like to thank Jason Golding. He runs a Grenada guide service here. So if you want to book specifically a trip here on Grenada, you can contact him. He runs 5 or 6 guides that work for him. And then Terry Bird also fishes here at Grenada. He's a guide, fishes here at Grenada and also up at Enid and Sardis and several others. So those are some folks. Brad Chappell also is another guide that fishes these lakes. He really specializes on the oxbow lakes of Washington and Eagle Lake, as well as Ross Barnett and some of the others. So those are some resources, and you need those, because if you're just going to come out here and just go fishing, you might catch a big one, you might not. But if you get in touch with the right folks, your chances go up dramatically, like a 3-pound, 4-ounce crappie like we just caught. Grenada, baby, nothing like it.
Hey everybody, this week's fishing report is brought to you by TH Marine. If you're looking for high quality products that complement your fishing and boating needs, go over to thmarine.com and check it out. From hot foots to jack plates, you name it, it's going to make your fishing and boating more enjoyable. The weather's pretty, the fish are biting, turkeys are gobbling, the trees are budding. It's a lot of fun here right now. And here's where I would go. If I'm in Mississippi, I'm going to Ross Barnett. The bass are biting. It's shallow, it's power fishing, cover water, buzzbait, a toad. You can throw a bladed jig like a thunder cricket. In Tennessee, I am going to Kentucky Lake. I've said that last week, I'm saying it again. They're biting here. Hadn't got to say that many times the last couple years, but it's a lot of fun. You can catch them swim baiting out on the river, but a lot of the fish are moving in the bays, starting to spawn. In Alabama, right now, Smith Lake. Smith Lake's at flood pool. Those big spotted bass are biting. All those water run-ins and all those little drains coming out of those hills, just put those fish right there in a perfect spot. Get up here, get in on some of this. You're gonna have a great time. Take care, God bless.
There he is. Got him right up top. That fish followed it up. All right. There's another good one. All right. Well, and my jig just fell right out of his mouth. I want to talk to you just a second about this dirty water. I call it muddy here at Grenada, but the locals here just call it dingy, murky. As you can see, it's brown looking, but these fish live in it all the time. They adapt to it. They can feed in it, they can eat in it. They have a lateral line that runs down their side that they can sense movement. And so they can still find your bait, even though this water is what I call muddy. Let's put that fish back. That's another close to 2-pound fish, but he won't quite make 2 pounds. So let's talk about jig color for just a minute. When the water's this murky, you want to go do 2 things. One, you want to get a bulkier, bigger bodied bait. That's what this Strike King Scissor Shad is. It's a wider, thicker, bigger bodied bait with 2 kicking tails that move a lot of water. That's how their lateral line senses it. The other thing is you want to make them see it as easily as possible, and you do that with the brightest colors you can. Chartreuse, bright fluorescent orange, or bright fluorescent pink. Those are my 3 favorite colors in murky, off-color, or muddy water. So you move a lot of water, get the brightest color you can, and that's your best chance to get a bite when the water is this murky, and you put it right on top of their head, like I'm doing, and you still make a fish bite.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose. Feel the difference. Waypoint Customs. Customize your boat your way. Strike King. Tie one on. GLACIER Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Fishing Specialties. Makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time now for the Ask the Pro question. This week, Justin wants to know, What is the biggest fish of any species that you've ever caught? To get the answer, we asked the 2019 Bassmaster Classic champion, Ott Defoe.
My biggest fish that I've ever caught was actually, as most people probably, a saltwater fish, and it was a Goliath grouper. We'd been out, we were fishing for grouper out offshore and stuff, and we were catching some snapper and some black grouper and different stuff. And I hook into this one and I can't really get it off the bottom very well, and finally, I mean, it was a fight for 20 or 30 minutes, I think, and get it up there, and it's a Goliath grouper, probably an 80-pounder.
Thank you, Ott. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply go to letsfishtv.com and follow the Ask the Pro link to submit a question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
It is time for this week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest. She's Courtney Powell of Clinton, South Carolina, with a 15-inch crappie she caught at Lake Greenwood, South Carolina. If you'd like to be our next winner, just go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/letsfishtv. Go to last Tuesday's post. It's always about the Big Catch of the Week, and attach your photo there as a comment and give us all the details about your catch.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
On the Academy Right Stuff, here are a couple of pieces of gear that I always use and I always depend on anytime you see me out here doing what we do. The first is the Balls Out mount. It's the mount that I attach all of our fish finders and sonar gear to our boats, all three of them, saltwater and freshwater. They come in all different sizes, configurations. I love this one in particular because it's got a long 12-inch arm to get this fish finder a little closer to my eyes. It also comes in several different colors to match your boat. And every time you see me, I'm wearing my GLACIER gloves. They protect my hands from the sun, the wind, the water, and fish teeth, and all those cuts from the fish fins. They have leather on the palm to help me grip my reels to cast. They're very lightweight and breathable. Check out the GLACIER gloves, hats, shades, and buffs at their website. I grew up listening to country music ever since I was a little kid, and one of my favorite singers is Charlie Pride. He sang songs like Kiss an Angel Good Morning and Let Her Know You Think About Her When You're Gone. And this one, Is Anybody Going to San Antonio or Phoenix, Arizona? Any place is alright as long as I can forget I've ever known her. We lost Charlie Pride in December of 2020. He was one of the very first black successful country music singers. He had 30 #1 hits, won CMA Entertainer of the Year in 1971, was a member of the Grand Ole Opry and the Country Music Hall of Fame. Charlie Pride's music is forever etched into my memory. He'll be remembered fondly by millions of his fans worldwide. He may be gone, but his music lives on. If you've never made a trip here to world-famous Grenada Lake in Mississippi, it would be well worth your time, energy, and money for the chance to catch the crappie of your lifetime. You can check out the Visit Mississippi website and their fishing page. Book yourself a guide trip and get here and catch some of these big old crappie like we caught on this week's show. We'll see you next week. From Mississippi, I'm Barry Stokes saying, let's fish everybody. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.